Okay, I'm doing the other side, and already got it out. I used that oscillating tool and this DeWalt bit. Slowly cut all the way around it with that because the razor blade technique was a little bit harder. And you can see if you do it good enough, this will come off, and it'll be smooth. And then you can peel this off too, smooth all the way around. And then your bottle tape stays on the car as a seal. Just use that and go along your window. You can see no, you can't. There, you can see I scratched up my tent. It's because that stupid Harbor Freight thing got really hot while I was holding it and burnt my fingers. So then you take and go from this center hole right here and go up 4 inches and drill a hole, and that's where you're going to mount your first bolt. And here's the bracket. So you stick that in there and then you can pre-drill the other hole. And push your window out and grab, these are 2-inch bolts. I don't know, you can watch the first video. And put them through, and then you're going to line these all the way up. You're going to get 4 of them on here, 4 of them on the top. And I'll bring you back in a second. Let me grab the impact. Okay, it's going to be a little tricky. So, take the impact, tighten it up, and you're going to add the remainder 3. Seriously? Two more. Just don't do that. Then you're going to take this, slide over that, and now you have another nut. Tighten those up. Okay. Now the mount's there. Now you have to mix the JB weld, so I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll show you the bracket that has to go into it. Okay, JB weld, stick it on there. You're going to mix that up. First, you have to take this, stick it towards your window, onto the window, and trace. Only if you have window tint. I have window tint. Trace around this, pull it off, and then you're going to have to pull your window tint off. Like so. Then you have a circle. Now you're going to take the JB weld and mix it. And then this is the bracket. So you're going to put a bunch of JB weld on the back of this, push it through the holes. That way when you push this onto here, sorry, it stays. The only way you're going to make it stay is you're gonna take these 2 bolts back off. You just mounted it for a second just to be able to get this diameter right there in your spot. Now, if you do not have window tint, you can just trace it with a Sharpie, because you need to know the location that you're gonna be putting this mounting bracket. So take these last 2 bolts back out. You're gonna remove this because you're going to put the JB Weld all over this and stick it on the window. And to mount this back to this is threaded. So you have to spin this over top of this. Then put your 2 brackets back in. It's gonna take a minute for the JB Weld to dry. So I'm gonna set this on there, show you, and then pause it, and then when it's dry, put this back on and bring it back. So I put it back in there, and I cannot zoom in to show you because all of my hands are full. But the little holes, you can see the top left of my thumb. Maybe if I tap the screen. Yeah, no, that didn't work very well. Look at the top left of my thumb. That hole over there, it's oozing out. So when you put the JB Weld onto this little circle, you're going to glob it in the center. Because when you press it to the window, it's going to want to expand, and then it's going to go everywhere. So it'll squish out those holes. I'm going to sit here and hold this for a minute. So while this dries, I'm going to pause the video. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. So now that's dry-ish. The best way to tell is what you mixed up. I used that washer to mix that, and it is glued to the paper right there. So if that's dry, this right here is dry enough to you can let it sit longer, but I'm impatient. I've been out here all day. So then you're gonna screw this on. Yeah, that's gonna be done again. Okay, so impatient, this is not what you're looking for. Also, I did not put enough on there. I mixed it out. Now you can see that it's autofocus, huh? Yeah, full of crap. It's oozing out. It's oozing out of the holes. It went all along the outside of it. When that one just popped off, it came out of one of the holes, but it didn't work. So when it comes to the holes, the JB Weld goes onto the outside of this bracket right here, and it bonds it. Now the JB Weld stuck to the window. It just did not stick very well to the metal bracket. So when it comes to this hole, it's, mounting itself, lack of better words. I'm not real sure. So I'm gonna let this sit for like 30 minutes. I got some other things to do that I'm gonna definitely make sure this is dry this time. Okay, it's been like 30 minutes. I screwed it back in, spun it around, tightened it up, opened it. That way it puts pressure on that while it's drying. But as you can see, it's there. Let me get outside of the car. Hold on. I got a little piece of tape here. Let me get these metal shavings out. So that's how it looks like, opened. Trim this off a little bit, leave that one on. That way, can't do it with there one hand. That way when it's shut, you still have your window seal. And that's it. All this needs cleaned up in here. You can see all the rubber and cutting. But yeah, that's it.